All right, so I'm going to be doing some fan casting because, as you guys are aware, we are getting uh, we are getting an Energon verse animated series, which I didn't talk about before, but this also means we're probably getting Void Rivals, the third title in the G.I. Joe series. And I mean the Energon universe series. So this is just fan casting. I thought I would do videos for Transformers and another for G.I. Joe. Um, and as always, this is just my fan cast. I'm always excited to hear what you guys have to say about voices. And since this is probably going to be on, we're going to have the Amazon money and whatnot. Probably have we'll probably have some big name voices as well. So we're going to start with Transformers first, and then the next video will be G.I. Joe and Cobra. So it'll be Autobots, Decepticons, at least the main cast. We're not going to do every single character. But anyway, and as always, if you guys would like to have, if you guys have any fan cast ideas for the Autobots and Decepticons of the Energon universe, just comment below, let me know. And then we'll do G.I. Joe and Cobra next. Anyway, so let's get started. Starting off, Optimus. It's Peter Cullen. No, there's no one else. Peter Cullen, he's already in Invincible already, and you think Robert Kirkman wouldn't have Peter Cullen voice Optimus Prime? I would be shocked, I tell you, if Peter Cullen wasn't voicing Optimus Prime. Oh, but he voices Optimus Prime all the time. Shut up. Okay, he is Optimus Prime. Shut up. So Peter Cullen, it's Optimus all the way. Next up, Cliffjumper. Remember, Bumblebee is dead in this continuity, so Cliffjumper. My pick for him is Steven Yeun, who is playing Invincible. Steven Yeun is really good at doing these very excitable young characters who can actually embody a lot of emotion to him. And this version of Cliffjumper has been through it. So I think Steven Yeun, I think he is good. Also, I think Kirkman's and everyone on his team is going to borrow from Invincible as well. So I'm going to say Steven Yeun for Cliffjumper. Next up, RC. RC was a little hard to think of. There were a lot of really, really good voices I could think of. This one I'm still not 100% on, but I am going to say, for her, I'm going to say Susan Eisenberg for RC. Most of you guys would know best as Eisenberg is the voice of Wonder Woman in the DCU, in the DC animated cartoons. She's great. And I think she embodies a warrior woman kind of mentality. So RC is a warrior and soldier through and through. So Susan Eisenberg also would give RC yeah, I've been doing this for a while and I've been fighting for a while. Anyway, next up, Wheeljack. Wheeljack, my pick for Wheeljack would be Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg would he would jump at being a Transformer. No doubt about it. He would 100% jump at the chance at being a Transformer. So I would definitely. I think he's also really good at playing tech and science characters. So he's kind of perfect. He was my initial pick for Starscream because he also his voice from the voice he did for Chamberlain in Dark Crystal Rise the Resistance was straight up a Starscream impression. But I was kind of thinking, you know what, he should. And also Jason Voorhees 2011 when he did his fan cast for it, he was really dead set on Wheeljack, Simon Pegg as Wheeljack. So and it really does work. So Simon Pegg for Wheeljack. Next up, Ratchet. My pick for Ratchet is a little interesting because my pick for Ratchet's a little more. He's a little more I kind of imagine Ratchet as an older Autobot, a veteran Autobot in the wars. So I kind of imagine a more weathered voice. And I kind of was thinking Mike Coulter, who most of you guys would know best as Luke Cage. Yeah, I know it's a weird pick, but I think he would give Ratchet, again, like that kind of old soul kind of feel to his voice. Like the weathered soldier and whatnot. Anyway, so there you go. Then, so we're going to talk about some other Autobots that have shown up. Like, we're going to talk about Ultra Magnus. Ultra Magnus, my pick for Ultra Magnus is Anson Mount, who you would all know best as Christopher Pike from Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Solid voice actor, and I think he would give like a solid, he would not only give like Ultra Magnus that kind of like authoritative voice, but also Ultra Magnus went through it in the Energon universe, and Mount is really good at playing very vulnerable characters as well. So he can do that kind of heroic, then go back to being vulnerable and traumatized voice you would need for this version of Ultra Magnus. So there you go. There's the other one. Next up, I think we kind of got most of them. I'm not going to go through every Autobot we've seen, but yeah. Let's talk about the Decepticons, starting with Megatron. I have said this person should be Megatron from the get-go, and I will not change my mind in any way, shape, or form. My pick for Megatron is Jason Isaacs. Tongue-tied. He's been Admiral Zhao. He played the Emperor, which was my why I was thinking he should be Megatron in Dark Crystal: Rise of the Resistance. He also voiced. He's done a lot of villain voices and hero voices. His Emperor voice in Rise of the Resistance is so good. Like, it is straight up a Megatron voice. Would it be cool to have Frank Welker here? Yes, and I do have a role for Frank Welker. But the more I hear it, the more I think, God, Jason Isaacs would be such a cool Megatron. Especially the Energon version of Megatron. That version of Megatron, this incarnation of Megatron, needs like a deep and sinister voice. Not to say Frank Welker can't do that, but this guy is a monster. So you kind of need someone who can match that level of brutality. And Isaacs, I think, knocks it out of the park. Next up, Soundwave. Frank Welker. Because I want Frank Welker in this show, and if he's not going to be Megatron, he should at least be the character he's known second best in this show. And I'm pretty sure, again, Robert Kirkman knows that. It's like, you can't take away Peter Cullen from Optimus Prime. I mean, you can change Megatron, and I'm sure like the damage that voice has done to Welker, he'd appreciate it. But I think it would be a shame not to have Welker be in here and have him play sound. Like, he needs to be Soundwave. At least let him be Soundwave. Yeah. So Starscream. My pick for Starscream, David Tennant. David Tennant is really good at not only playing really good heroic characters, but also he can just play a bastard. He can just play like a straight up sinister character, and I think he would really capture like Starscream's just kind of like slimy nature, and also just really bring home the fact that he's a jerk. And he's also like self-obsessed and everything else. So David Tennant is my pick for Starscream. Thundercracker. Thundercracker was a little harder. I kind of imagine like Thundercracker is kind of the conflicted soul of the Decepticons, and I think you need someone who can like do that kind of level of confliction. And oddly enough, my pick for for that character is I forget his full name. Is it Aaron Paul? He played Jesse in Breaking Bad. He's also Powerplex in Invincible. I think he would really pull off that kind of level of, I'm a soldier, I'm committed to the cause, but also, this is fucked. Like, I don't know what's going on. I didn't sign up for this to be a Decepticon. So Aaron's my pick for Thundercracker. For the other, for Skywarp, Skywarp was a little interesting. I kind of imagined Skywarp having a more sinister, like a more deeper, more soldier-esque tone to him. And I was kind of thinking of uh, oh god, why am I blanking on his name? He's everywhere, like he's literally everywhere. The voice of Samurai Jack, the voice of Jon Stewart. Why am I blanking on his name? Him. That's my pick for Skywarp, because he's really good at playing a soldier, and Skywarp is nothing else but a soldier. Yeah. For Shockwave, Shockwave was an interesting one, because I kind of because my pick for Shockwave is Mark Hamill. Why Mark Hamill, you might ask? Because this Shockwave is a little more unbalanced. He's a little like Shockwave does have that level of like logic to him, but then there's other moments in this comic, like in the Energon universe, where he's just like, where he just goes nuts, where he's just like, he loses that level of logic and just goes batshit crazy. So Hamill would be my pick for this incarnation of Shockwave, because he's really good at doing an intimidating voice, but also like he could just flip the switch and just be like, nah, I'm evil. Yeah. That's kind of the majority of the picks I have for the main cores of the Autobots and Decepticons. Real quick for Frenzy. Frenzy, I didn't really have much of a voice for him. I couldn't really think of one, but those are the main cast. And I know some of them are kind of hard to really like wrap your head around, but those are the ones I had. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what are your fan casts for the Energon universe voices for the Autobots and Decepticons? I'm open to suggestions. I can't wait to see yours. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.